It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert with 5 things you need to know for this Tuesday. Item number 5 today is Israel. As Israel waits for war with Iran, which quite honestly may have begun by the time you see this. But if it hasn't, we will focus on this story instead. The Israel Defense Forces on Sunday revealed that soldiers operating in the southern part of the Gaza Strip have located dozens of cross-border tunnels used by Hamas to smuggle weapons, men, materiel across the border from Egypt into the Gaza Strip. One of those tunnels, the one you see on the screen behind me there, dug directly beneath an Egyptian military base located on the border. This is what's called the Philadelphia Crossing. This tunnel, reportedly 10 feet high and wide enough, as you can see, to drive a vehicle through. This may be why Egypt was so upset that Israel closed the Rafah crossing and took control of it. There was a lot of material, a lot of weaponry over the years being smuggled into Gaza by Hamas from the Egyptian side of the border, and that's now under the control of the IDF. Topic number 4, elsewhere in the Middle East. Reports on Monday afternoon of explosions, at least 3 of them, in Isfahan province in Iran. Now, Iran's got missile bases in that area. What's going on there? As of this recording, we don't know. The deputy governor of Isfahan said the sounds of the explosions were caused by a training exercise. Now, as of this recording, that would have been about 9 p.m. local time. What kind of training exercise would they be doing, creating this kind of an explosion at 9 o'clock at night? Don't know. We'll find out in the days ahead, I'm sure. Meanwhile, the American Al-Assad air base in Iraq was hit by 2 Katyusha rockets on Monday. It was not clear if the attack caused any casualties or damage inside the base. Security sources said those rockets did land inside the base. Topic number 3, the Secret Service. I think now we know why that nobody got prosecuted for that mystery cocaine left at the White House last year, and the investigation closed with no charges being brought against anybody. According to an exclusive report at Real Clear Politics, former Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle, who of course resigned after the disastrous failure on July 13th with the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, Cheatle and others in top agency leadership positions at the Secret Service wanted to destroy the cocaine discovered in the White House. But the Secret Service Forensics Division and the Uniformed Division stood firm against pressure from Cheatle and rejected their demands, really, to dispose of the evidence. This, according to 3 sources quoted by the reporter for Real Clear Politics, who, according to the sources, reports multiple heated confrontations and disagreements over how best to handle the cocaine. Now, if you remember, this was discovered July 2nd of 2023, a Sunday, when the Biden family was on vacation in Delaware. At least one uniformed division officer initially assigned to investigate the incident, but after he told his supervisors, including Cheatle and the then deputy supervisor or deputy director, now the acting Secret Service director, Ron Rowe, that he wanted to follow certain crime scene protocols, he was taken off the case. The discovery of the bag of cocaine posed an unusual problem for Cheatle. She became close to the Biden family and apparently was appointed to the position of director of the Secret Service because she had a very close relationship to Jill Biden. Well, normally when cocaine is discovered in the White House, and I'm not sure what's the bigger story here, is that normally when contraband is found inside the White House, it's just quietly disposed of and would never make it into the media. Now, if that's the bigger part of the story, or that there is a normally for circumstances like this, does this happen often enough that the Secret Service has a protocol? Just throw it away and don't tell anybody? But the reason this made it into the media is that the discovery was made by a member of the, not the member of the regular Secret Service detail, and he was concerned because it was a white powder that it might be something like ricin or anthrax. And so the White House was evacuated, and because the media was part of the group that was evacuated from the White House, there was no way to hide that from the press. Secret Service sent the plastic bag to the FBI's crime laboratory for fingerprint and DNA analysis. They reportedly received a partial hit, which means they got a hit that identified a blood relative of a finite pool of people. they could narrow it down to a certain list of suspects, but the Secret Service, under pressure from Director Cheatle and other top agency officials, chose not to run additional searches for DNA matches or conduct interviews of anybody who might have been in the White House in the days leading up to last July 3rd. Bottom line is, they didn't want to know, they didn't even want to narrow the list of potential suspects because it would have put them in an awkward situation. It's unclear when Cheatle tried to persuade the forensics division to destroy the evidence, which is reportedly against protocol. They're supposed to keep evidence like that for 7 years. According to a Secret Service source, a decision was made not to get rid of the evidence, and that really ticked off Cheatle. But again, I think we know now why Cheatle was appointed to the job in the first place. She was close to Jill Biden, and the Bidens knew they could trust Kimberly Cheatle to be a fixer inside the White House in case a member of the family known to have a problem with cocaine got careless. That's speculation on my part, of course. I have no evidence to back that up, but it would be consistent with what we know. Topic number 2, stranded in space. NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams have been stranded in space since arriving there 2 months ago today, June 6th. The journey was supposed to last 2 weeks, not 2 months, but ongoing technical issues with the Starliner spacecraft from Boeing, which is not having a good year, have delayed their return indefinitely. NASA has not announced a return date. This is like the plot of a science fiction horror film. NASA management in deep discussions about whether to return the astronauts on board a SpaceX craft. Elon Musk probably having a chuckle over this. The agency's concern with Starliner comes from not having identified the cause for why multiple thrusters on the craft failed during docking. The last thing they want is for thrusters to fail on re-entry, which could be really problematic when you're fighting, descent into the gravity well. Sending the capsule back empty would be a major vote of no confidence in Boeing. It would also mean having to eat crow and about $6.7 billion that NASA has spent on this project with Boeing since 2010. It's not likely they're going to give up too easily on this, but unfortunately for the 2 astronauts in space who were supposed to be there for 2 weeks, now 2 months and counting, and again, no definite date for their return to planet Earth. They're the ones who are having to sit and wait while the bureaucrats argue over how to get them home. Coming up, a perfect defense against cognitive dissonance. I'll explain what that is next on 5 and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can easily and conveniently stream this incredible new film, Void Earth Cataclysm Before Genesis, right now at skywatchtv.com/stream or on the mobile app for immediate access. However, if you'd like to receive your own hard copy on DVD, Skywatch TV is proud to announce the Void Earth Ultra Collection. When you order this exclusive collection from the Skywatch TV store, you'll receive the brand new documentary from Defender Investigative Films, Void Earth Cataclysm Before Genesis, along with Dr. Thomas Horn and Reverend Donna Howell's best-selling book, Before Genesis, The Unauthorized History of Tohu, Bohu, and the Chaos Dragon in the Land Before Time. These powerful works present astounding revelations like no other, taken directly from the Word of God, the conclusion to the events of Genesis that merges all contributing voices from not only the young and old creationist groups, but the scientific community as well into one balanced and agreeable climax. They reveal precisely how ancient archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe and the Doorway of the Serpent point irrefutably to an intelligent race of beings here on Earth thriving before the time of Adam and under Lucifer's fallen dominion. They pull back the veil on exactly what the Earth was like during the without form and void era of Genesis 1-2, and so much more, featuring Dr. Michael Lake, Derek Gilbert, Reverend Donna Howell, Gary Stearman, and the late Dr. Thomas Horn in what would become his last documentary appearance ever. But that's not all. You'll also receive 315, The Genesis of All Prophecy by the legendary Rabbi Eric Walker. This prophetic, convicting, and heart-rending book exposes anti-Semitism as Satan's plan to eliminate the Jews and the catastrophic consequences the world will face if this agenda succeeds. Sold separately, all of these items hold a retail value of $75. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Void Earth Ultra Collection now.
Item number one today, cognitive dissonance. It's that stress you feel when the facts around you does not seem to fit what you think you know to be true. Well, a young lady was had encountered some of this unexpectedly. See, being liberal normally means not having to deal with cognitive dissonance. You really have to have it shown to you very close, like a mirror held right up to your nose, to you sometimes see the hypocrisy or the contradictions between what you think you believe and what is reality. A young lady on X who goes by the handle Emo Hag, bless her pointy little head, Emo Hag undoubtedly spent thousands of dollars getting a very detailed tattoo on that right arm. Now, the right arm, you can see on the screen, it looks like a grayish black. That's because her arm had been covered with a tattoo sleeve devoted to Harry Potter. But because J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, has come out as a very outspoken person questioning the wisdom of the transgender movement, Ms. Emo Hag decided to have the sleeve covered up, just inked over. So she spent thousands upon thousands of dollars more to erase Harry Potter from her right arm. And her post now, it's no longer Twitter, after years spent finding the perfect artist, scheduling session after session, and spending thousands of dollars, my Harry Potter sleeve is finally completely blacked out. Bleep J.K. Rowling and every transphobe and TERF that's trans exclusionary radical feminist on the planet. So this is when things get really interesting, because a sharp-minded, quick-witted observer responded to her post on X with this statement: wait, so in your youth, you made a permanent change to your body that you grew to regret? Now, without putting too fine a point on it, remember, he's responding to a young lady who just spent thousands of dollars turning her arm black to cover up Harry Potter because Harry Potter was created by a transphobe. She's very pro-transgender. This gentleman pointing out that perhaps children are not in the best position to make permanently life-altering decisions. The thing is, again, being liberal, no cognitive dissonance, she didn't get what he was saying. Her response, yeah, it's amazing how right my dad was about the whole thing. And then a laughing emoji, kind of poking fun at herself, but missing the point. Children should not be in a position where they're allowed to make permanently life-altering decisions they will later regret. She ultimately did get his point, and her account on X is now private. This week on Skywatch TV, we continue our series on the Void Earth documentary from Defender Investigative Films. What do we make of the dinosaurs? Look, I believe God created the heavens and earth and all that is on it. But what do we make of the extinct species like the dinosaurs? How does that fit into the biblical narrative? That's our discussion this week, and that's one of the things we tackle in Void Earth. Donna Howell, Dr. Michael Lake, our guest on the panel this week. The documentary itself, which is available right now, you can stream it instantly from anywhere in the world at Skywatch TV's streaming video site. Gary Stearman, Tom Horn, yours truly, also part of that video. Watch the programs right now. Watch the whole series. You can get them all right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. All of our video content is always there. You can also catch it over the air. Our broadcast schedule is at skywatchtv.com/. channels. If you've got Roku or Apple TV, make sure you've got the Skywatch TV channel installed there, because you can also get all of our video content there. Over the internet, youtube.com/@skywatch television, rumble.com/skywatch TV, or better yet, download our free mobile app, which brings all of our content right to your mobile device, smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire. We have apps for all of those and links to the app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. And by the way, there's a tab on the app that takes you directly to the streaming video site where you can watch Void Earth. 5 in 10 on social media, X, formerly Twitter, @5_in_10, on YouTube @5in10. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.